First Peter 5:8 tells us to be sober and vigilant because our adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. These are a series of videos on predatory people of all sorts from my own personal experiences. And I hope by sharing them, I can help some of you either avoid the circumstances or at least know that you're not alone if you've been through something similar. This kind of predator is a financial predator. I was a young woman. I had an old red Ford Granada. It was paid for. It still worked okay, but I wanted a new vehicle. And I went to a car dealer and they put me in the car that I wanted, and I was so excited. And this was in Austin, and I thought the car was mine, and I drove off the lot and I went back to East Texas to show that car off to everyone. I was so excited about it. And I got back to Austin after the weekend. I spent the weekend there, and I got back, and the dealership called me and they said the financing didn't go through. And I came back up there and I was like, what are you talking about? Why did you let me leave with it? Well, they said the financing didn't go through, and I said, okay, fine, whatever, where's my car? And they said, we can't give you your car because we already sold it to Mexico. It's in Mexico. And they said, but we can put you in this beauty over here. And it was a car that was a huge gas guzzler. It was just a big, old, giant car, older than the one that I had brought in to trade in. And what they had done was a bait and switch with me. And so they said, this is all we can do, this is the only thing. Of course, I didn't know anything about finances or buying cars really or anything. That was a used car, that the Granada that I had turned in was bought from an individual, but I didn't know about dealing with dealerships or anything like that. So I took that car and I was upset about it, and I talked to a few people, and I should have gotten their wisdom and their advice first and never gone to get that first car on my own. I should have taken someone more experienced with me. So anyway, they told me, no, what they've done is called a bait and switch, so you need to contact an attorney. So at that time I went and I talked to an attorney, and I paid $50 for a letter. It was probably 40 years ago. I paid $50 for a letter from the attorney saying they better return my car or, just correct this situation. Well, suddenly, magically, my car appeared. Turns out it wasn't in Mexico at all. And so I did get my Ford Granada back, and it was a good enough car for quite a while. And so I learned that day about financial predators and con artists. So I hope that this helps you, and that you can teach your own children and grandchildren to be aware of these kind of things.